Noah grabbed my wrist before I could close the laptop. Don't. Too late. The footage was already playing. A figure moved across my yard. Slow. Precise. Not hiding. Noah leaned closer. His eyes didn't blink. Pause it. I did. The man had stopped mid-step. Not looking at the house. Looking straight into the camera. Noah's grip tightened. Play it again. The next seconds were wrong. A jump. Same frame. Same position. But something shifted. The shadow. The angle. Not a glitch. A replacement. That's not the original feed, Noah said. I felt it then. Not confusion. Pressure. Like the room got smaller. I reached for my phone. No signal. Noah didn't react. He slowly pushed the laptop away. And looked past me. At the door behind my back. Mark, his voice dropped, almost a whisper, you need to run. A knock hit the door. Not loud. Controlled. Like they already knew I was inside. And not alone. I didn't open the door. The knock came again. Same rhythm. Measured. Noah stepped back without a word. Not toward the exit. Toward the hallway. Like he needed space to see everything at once. Don't answer, he said quietly. I nodded. My name is Mark Dalton. 66. I spent 40 years auditing other people's numbers. Patterns. Irregularities. I knew what pressure looked like on paper. This felt the same. Only it wasn't on paper. Another knock. Mr. Dalton. It's Ethan. My son. His voice. Calm. Almost casual. Too fast. Noah looked at me. Not surprised. That was worse. I moved closer to the door but didn't touch the handle. You alone? I asked. A pause. Too short to be real. Yeah. Just me. Noah exhaled through his nose. Barely noticeable. I didn't open. The handle moved slightly. Tested. Then stopped. We talked about this, Mark, Ethan said through the door. You can't keep delaying things. Things. Not documents. Not meeting. Things. I glanced at the table. Papers were already there. I hadn't taken them out. Not today. Noah followed my eyes. When did you last check those? He asked. This morning. He didn't answer. Just watched. Lily's with me, Ethan added. We just need 10 minutes. Lily. Always precise. Always prepared. She never asked twice. I stepped back from the door. Come tomorrow, I said. Silence. Then, softer. Mark, we're trying to help you. Help. That word again. Used too often. Used too clean. I looked at Noah. He wasn't looking at me anymore. He was watching the window. As if expecting movement outside. The handle shifted again. This time slower. Like they weren't asking anymore. The first time something shifted, it was small. I found the documents already laid out on the table. Neat. Aligned. Exactly how Lily preferred them. I hadn't touched them that day. I called Ethan. Did you stop by? A pause. No. Why? Too quick. No follow-up. He didn't ask what I meant. I said nothing. Ended the call. The second time, it was the bank. Mr. Dalton, we noticed an attempt to update your beneficiary. I didn't request that. Silence on the line. Then. It was initiated through a shared access point. Shared. I never shared access. I hung up. Called Ethan again. Did Lily talk to the bank? He laughed lightly. She's just trying to help you organize things. Organize. Same word. Same tone. Too smooth. The third time, Lily didn't even hide it. She was in my kitchen, flipping through a folder I kept locked. You should really consolidate these accounts, she said without looking up. How did you open that? She smiled. Didn't answer. Just closed the folder. You worry too much. That was new. Not concern. Dismissal. The fourth time came at night. A sound outside. Not loud. Not careless. Steps. Measured. I moved to the window. Nothing. By morning, the gate was slightly open. The chair on the patio wasn't where I left it. I checked the camera. Playback skipped. 3 seconds gone. Not blank. Replaced. Same frame. Wrong light. Wrong angle. Clean. Too clean. I replayed it again. And again. Every time, the same gap. No glitch. No distortion. Just, edited reality. I called Noah. He came fast. Didn't joke. Didn't ask questions. Watched the footage once. Then leaned back. Quiet. Mark, who else has access to your system? No one. He didn't argue. Just looked at me. Longer than necessary. Like he was waiting for me to say it first. I didn't. But something settled in place. Cold. Clear. This wasn't random. This wasn't help. Someone wasn't just inside my house. They were already inside my life. Noah didn't speak at first. He pulled the laptop closer. Rewound the footage. Slowed it down. Frame by frame. Don't watch the person, he said. Watch the data. I leaned in. Numbers in the corner. Timestamp. Frame rate. Everything looked stable. Too stable. There, Noah tapped the screen. A flicker. Barely visible. The timestamp jumped forward, then corrected itself. That shouldn't happen, he said. He rewound again. Slower this time. The figure stepped into view. Stopped. Turned his head slightly. Not toward the house. Toward the camera. No hesitation. No scanning. Direct. He knows exactly where it is, Noah murmured. I didn't answer. He paused the frame. Zoomed in. The image degraded. Pixelated. But the posture stayed clear. Relaxed. Not cautious. This isn't someone sneaking in, Noah said. This is someone moving with permission. Permission. The word sat wrong. I felt it immediately. From who? Noah didn't reply. He switched windows. Opened the system logs. Lines of access entries scrolled down. Dates. Times. IP addresses. You said no one else has admin access. They don't. He nodded once. Then highlighted a line. Then explain this. Login, administrator. Time, 2:13 a.m. Status, authorized. My chest tightened. That's not me. I know. He clicked deeper. More entries. Not one. Multiple. All clean. No failed attempts. No forced entry. Whoever did this didn't break in, Noah said. They walked through the front door. I watched the timestamps. Cross-checked them in my head. That night. I had been home. Asleep. Nothing unusual. No alarms. No alerts. That's impossible, I said. Noah leaned back. No, he said quietly. It just means the system thinks they belong there. I looked at the screen again. At the clean entries. At the perfect access. Then back at the frozen frame. The man still staring into the camera. Like he knew I'd be watching this exact moment. Mark, Noah said, lower now, this isn't just about the footage. I didn't ask. I already felt it shifting. If they have this level of access, he continued, then they're not just inside your system. He didn't finish. He didn't need to. Because something didn't match. The log said authorized. The footage said controlled. And the people in my house kept talking about help. I stared at the access line again. Authorized. Not forced. Not hidden. Accepted. And that was the part that didn't fit. Because I never gave it. I started with the logs. Printed everything Noah pulled. Spread the pages across the table. Times. Entries. Access points. At first, it looked random. Then I lined them up against something else. My calendar. Visits. Every authorized login matched a day Ethan or Lily had been in the house. Not exact minutes. Close enough. Too close. I circled the first pair. Visit at 7:30 p.m. Access at 8:12. Second pair. Lunch at 1 o'clock. Access at 1:47. No gaps. No overlap mistakes. Just a pattern. They don't need to break in, I said. Noah didn't react. He was already looking at something else. Check your email, he said. I opened it. Routine messages. Bank alerts. Insurance notices. Then one thread. From Lily. Subject, just in case. I opened it. Attachments. PDFs, power of attorney draft. Insurance update forms. Pre-filled. My name. My signature field. Blank. Did you ask for these? Noah asked. No. He nodded. Look at the timestamps. Sent 2 days ago. At 2:18 a.m. Same hour as the system access. I didn't say anything. Just closed the file. Then opened another. Property tax summary. Highlighted sections. Notes in the margin. Not mine. She's mapping your assets, Noah said. Mapping. Not helping. Organizing. Cataloging. I leaned back. Felt the shift again. Not confusion. Structure. I opened the safe. Checked the folders. Everything looked intact. At first. Then I counted. One document missing. Old insurance policy. The one with the original beneficiary. Before any updates. What was it? Noah asked. Life insurance. Early contract. He looked at me. With higher payout. I didn't answer. Didn't need to. We both knew. I went back to the footage. Paused on the figure again. Watched his movement. Step. Pause. Adjust. Not random. Deliberate spacing. Measured angles. Then I noticed something else. His head never turned. Not once. He didn't scan. Didn't check blind spots. He's not avoiding the camera, I said. Noah looked up. He's moving like he already knows the layout. I replayed it. The path. Straight through the blind zones. Every gap. Every corner. Hit perfectly. No hesitation. That's internal knowledge, Noah said. Internal. The word landed hard. Because the log said access. The email said preparation. The missing document said intent. And the movement said familiarity. I picked up the phone. Scrolled to Ethan. Stopped. Then to Lily. Stopped again. If they're involved, I said slowly, why be this careful? Noah didn't answer immediately. He watched the screen. Then the papers. Then me. Because this isn't about getting caught, he said. A pause. It's about making sure nothing looks wrong when it's over. Over. I felt it lock into place. The visits. The documents. The access. The edits. All clean. All controlled. Not rushed. Not sloppy. Built to look normal. Built to pass every check. Including mine. I looked at the missing policy again. Then at the email drafts. Then at the timestamps. And something shifted direction. Not just what they were doing. But when. Because this wasn't preparation for access. This was preparation for an outcome. One where I wouldn't be the one reviewing the numbers anymore. I didn't call Ethan. I didn't call anyone. I sat in the car outside the house and watched the windows. Lights on. Then off. Then on again. Movement behind the curtains. Not random. Timed. I checked the timestamps one more time. Access logs. Emails. Visits. They lined up too clean. Too consistent. No mistakes. That's when it clicked. Not a break-in. Not opportunistic. A sequence. Entry. Mapping. Access. Adjustment. Then final transfer. Everything already in motion. I opened the folder Noah had sent. Background check. Name, Lily Carter. Alias. Below it. Rachel Kane. Different state. Different marriage. Same pattern. Older man. Asset consolidation. Power of attorney. Then silence. Case flagged. Never closed. I stared at the screen. No doubt left. No room for interpretation. I went back to the footage. Paused on the frame. The man in the yard. Same posture. Same calm. Not a stranger. Part of it. A step in the process. I zoomed out. Looked at the full timeline. Visits. Access. Documents. Missing policy. Every piece connected. No gaps. No accidents. Just a system. And I was already inside it. I reached into the glove compartment. Took out the spare keys. Turned them in my hand once. Then set them aside. Not needed anymore. I opened my phone. Typed a message. Come tonight. We'll finish it. Sent it. No hesitation. No follow-up. Then I powered the phone off. Not silent mode. Off. I stepped out of the car. Didn't look at the house again. Walked to the side gate. Checked the lock. Still loose. Of course it was. I tightened it. Slow. Deliberate. Then I went inside. Closed the door behind me. Locked it. Every bolt. Every latch. Then I cleared the table. Removed the papers. Replaced them with copies. Adjusted the angles. Left one folder slightly open. Visible. Inviting. I set the laptop in the center. Playback ready. Paused on the frame. The man looking into the camera. I sat down. Hands still. Breathing even. No rush. No noise. Everything in place. And for the first time since this started, I wasn't reacting. I was setting it. They would come. They would sit. They would talk. And this time, I would control what happened next. I didn't turn the lights fully on. Left the room dim. Enough to see. Not enough to read everything at a glance. I moved through the house once. Slow. Checked the windows. Locked. Then unlocked one. Half an inch. Just enough to feel like a mistake. I walked back to the table. Opened the folder again. Placed the copies on top. Real documents underneath. Edges aligned. Nothing out of place. Except one thing. The signature page. Shifted slightly forward. Too easy to reach. I powered the laptop on. No network. Local playback only. The footage paused on the frame. The man staring into the camera. I adjusted the angle. Turned the screen just enough. So it would be visible from their side. Not mine. I sat down. Waited. Noah moved quietly behind me. Didn't ask questions. He understood the roles now. Timing, he said. They'll come, I replied. Not a guess. A pattern. Pressure always followed delay. I checked my watch. 8 minutes. Then I stood again. Walked to the hallway. Opened the closet. Took out the old recorder. Battery low. I replaced it. Set it inside the shelf. Door slightly open. Microphone facing the table. Tested once. Red light. Off again. Hidden. Back to the table. I picked up the phone. Didn't turn it on. Placed it face down near the edge. Close enough to grab. Far enough not to draw attention. Noah shifted near the wall. Positioned himself where he could see the door. And the window. If they're not alone, he asked. They won't be, I said. No reaction. Just a small nod. I walked to the door. Unlocked it. Then locked it again. Checked the handle. Left it just loose enough. So it would move if tested. A signal. I returned to the chair. Adjusted it slightly back. Not confrontational. Not defensive. Neutral. I looked at the laptop screen again. The frozen frame. The man still staring out. Waiting. Like everything else. I closed the folder halfway. Left the signature page visible. Pen beside it. Cap off. Ready. Then I sat down. Hands on the table. Still. No tension in the shoulders. No movement. Only listening. The house stayed quiet. For a moment too long. Then. A car outside. Engine off. Doors opening. More than one. Footsteps. Measured. Approaching. I didn't look at Noah. Didn't move. The handle shifted. Slow. Testing. Exactly as before. Everything in place. Everything aligned. Now it would begin. The door opened a few inches. Then stopped. Mark. Ethan's voice. Careful. Not relaxed. I didn't answer. The handle moved again. This time it gave. They stepped in. Ethan first. Lily behind him. And a third man I hadn't seen before. He closed the door quietly. Too quietly. Ethan glanced at the table. The papers. The pen. Relief flashed across his face. Good, he said. You're ready. I stayed seated. Didn't touch anything. Lily moved closer. Eyes scanning. Not the documents. The room. The windows. The corners. She felt it. Didn't know what. But she felt it. Let's not drag this out, she said softly. It's better for everyone. Everyone. I nodded once. Sit. Ethan sat immediately. Lily didn't. The third man stayed near the door. Watching. I pushed the folder toward them. Before we finish, I said, there's something you should see. Noah shifted behind me. Barely visible. Lily's eyes caught the movement. Just for a second. Her posture changed. What is this? She asked. I turned the laptop. Pressed play. The footage ran. The figure in the yard. Step. Pause. Turn. Looking straight into the camera. Ethan frowned. What am I supposed to? The jump in the frame hit. The edit. Clean. Precise. Lily didn't blink. Didn't react. That was the reaction. I paused the video. Silence stretched. Then I spoke. You missed a frame. Her eyes shifted. Just slightly. To the corner of the screen. I don't know what you think. Rachel. I didn't raise my voice. Didn't lean forward. Just said it. Ethan turned to her. What did he just call you? She didn't answer. For the first time. No control. The third man moved. One step forward. Not toward me. Toward the laptop. Noah stepped into view. Blocking him. Don't, Noah said. Calm. Flat. The man stopped. Measured the room again. Something changed. I reached into the folder. Pulled out the photos. Different houses. Different names. Same woman. I slid them across the table. Ethan stared. Then looked at Lily. Tell me this isn't. She didn't. Her silence did it for her. I leaned back. You filed the drafts. You mapped the accounts. You accessed the system. Each line landed. No rush. No anger. You prepared everything. Lily finally spoke. Low. Tight. You don't understand what this is. No, I said. I understand exactly. I nodded once. Noah stepped aside. The door behind them opened. Not fast. Not loud. Just enough. Two men entered. Badges visible. No weapons drawn. No shouting. The third man exhaled. Slow. Like he'd been expecting this. Ethan didn't move. Didn't speak. He just sat there. Looking at her. Waiting for something. Anything. She gave him nothing. One of the agents stepped forward. Rachel Kane. That name stayed in the air. Heavy. Final. She closed her eyes. Just for a second. Control gone. When she opened them. It was over. No denial. No fight. Just calculation. Too late. The room went still. No one moved. No one spoke. And for the first time since this started. They had nothing left to control. They didn't resist. Rachel stood first. Hand steady. Eyes already somewhere else. The third man followed. No arguments. No mistakes left to fix. Ethan stayed in the chair. Didn't look at me. Didn't look at her. Just stared at the table. At the pen. At the place where he thought this would end differently. One of the agents closed the folder. Carefully. Like it mattered. Then they walked them out. Same way they came in. Quiet. Measured. The door closed. No sound after. Noah didn't speak. He just picked up the laptop. Shut it. Carried it away. I stayed where I was. The chair felt different. Not safer. Just, mine again. I looked at the signature page. Still blank. Untouched. Ethan stood up slowly. Paused. Like he might say something. He didn't. Just walked past me. And left. I didn't stop him. Didn't follow. Didn't call. Some things don't come back. And some things shouldn't. I sat there a while longer. Then turned off the light. Control doesn't disappear in one moment. It slips away in small decisions you choose not to question. And it only comes back the same way. One line at a time. If you were in my place, would you have opened that door? Tell me in the comments.